All right, welcome to another explainer. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the internet's most fundamental pieces of tech. I'm talking about the Apache web server. Let's dive right in.
So, think about this for a second. You do it dozens, maybe hundreds of times a day. You type in a web address, you hit enter, and bam, a website just appears. But have you ever wondered what's happening behind the scenes? What's the engine that makes all of that magic happen? Well, a lot of the time, it's a specific piece of software working silently to connect you to the stuff you want to see.
And that engine? That's what we call a web server. Its job is pretty simple, really. It gets your request, and then it serves the right web page back to your browser. And for a huge part of the internet's history, the undisputed king of web servers has been the Apache HTTP server.
So, let's get to know this invisible engine, right? The one that's been powering so much of the web as we know it for decades.
Okay, so this thing goes way back, all the way to 1995. It's maintained by the Apache Software Foundation, and it's legendary for a few key reasons. First off, it's free and it's open source. That means anyone can use it, look at the code, and even change it. Second, it is incredibly versatile. It runs on pretty much any operating system you can think of, from Linux to Windows. And third, and this is the big one, it has this incredibly powerful modular design.
But what does it actually do? How does it work? What are the actual steps that take your click and turn it into a website on your screen?
Well, it all comes down to this four-step dance called the request-response cycle. It's actually pretty elegant. First, your browser, the client, sends out an HTTP request for a page. Apache gets that request, finds all the right files, and does any processing, like running scripts, to build the page. Then, it puts together the response and sends that fully formed web page right back to you. Simple, fast, and it happens in the blink of an eye.
Now, here's where things get really interesting. Apache isn't just some one-size-fits-all tool. No way. Its real power is in how incredibly customizable it is. You can think of it like a toolkit, right? But one with endless attachments you can swap in and out.
And this is all possible because of what's called its modular architecture. Apache lets you add or remove features. They're called modules, just like you're snapping together building blocks. You only use the pieces you actually need, which keeps the server lean, super efficient, and perfectly tailored for whatever you're building. And you can see this in action right here with some of the most popular modules. You want to run a WordPress site? Well, WordPress is built on PHP, so you just enable the mod PHP module. Done. Want to secure your site and get that little padlock icon in the address bar? You just switch on mod SSL for HTTPS. You can even use something like mod rewrite to turn those long, ugly URLs into clean, pretty ones that people can actually remember. See? Each module adds a whole new superpower to your server. Okay, but what if you've got more than one website to run? You're not going to buy a whole new physical server for each one, right? Of course not. Apache solves this problem with a fantastic feature called virtual hosts. This lets you run dozens, even hundreds of different websites on a single machine, and each one thinks it's the only one there. It keeps everything totally separate. And it's all handled by a pretty simple configuration file. When a request comes in for, say, example.com, Apache just looks at the file and knows, okay, I need to serve the files from the example folder. If a request comes in for blog.com, it goes, all right, I'll grab the files from the blog folder. It's just an incredibly efficient way to manage a bunch of different projects on one server.
But what if you need even more granular control, like down to a specific folder on your website? Well, Apache has another trick up its sleeve for that, the htaccess file. This is a special little configuration file that you can just drop into any directory on your site, and the rules you put in it will only apply to that folder and whatever's inside it.
And the power you get from this is just immense. Look at this. A single, simple line of code, deny from all, can instantly lock down an entire directory, making it totally inaccessible to the public. This kind of super specific, per directory control is honestly one of Apache's most beloved and powerful features. Okay, so we know how it works and we know what it can do, but where do you actually see Apache out there in the wild? Why does any of this really matter? Oh, it is everywhere. Seriously. It's the backbone for a massive chunk of the world's WordPress sites, all thanks to its amazing PHP support. It runs countless internal company websites, intranets, and it's the go-to for tons of applications built with popular frameworks like Drupal and Laravel. It really is a true workhorse of the web. Now, Apache is a legend, for sure, but the web has changed a lot since 1995. So in today's world, how does it stack up? Is it still the right choice for a new project? Well, its main rival these days is another server called Nginx. And the key difference really comes down to how they're built, their architecture. Apache is what we call process-based. You can think of it like it assigns a brand new worker for every single request that comes in. That's super flexible, but it can start to eat up a lot of memory under a really heavy load. Nginx, on the other hand, is event-driven. This is more like having one single highly skilled worker that can juggle tons of requests all at once. This makes it incredibly fast at handling thousands of simultaneous connections, even though its configuration can be a little more strict.
So, what's the bottom line? It really comes down to a clear trade-off. Apache's biggest strengths are its incredible customization, its fantastic support and documentation, and that super granular control you get with .htaccess files. The downside? It can be a bit slower and use more memory when it's getting slammed with extreme amounts of traffic, especially when you compare it to some of the more modern alternatives.
You know, for over a quarter of a century, Apache has been this stable, powerful, and truly defining force on the internet. It basically democratized web hosting and powered countless innovations we take for granted today. Which leaves us with one final thought. What technologies are being built right now that will become the cornerstones of the web for the next 25 years?